Hello, Shirley. Nice to see you.
Good to see you. How are you doing? Oh my goodness, you look great.
Morning.
Very good. Thank you. So, Auntie Barbara, I'm hoping that you can shed some light on my heritage from my father's side. I do remember my grandma and don't remember too much about my grandfather.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is your grandma and grandfather, Nellie, and George Rich.
Oh my goodness, he looks like my dad.
Your grandfather was a very, very hard-working man. He really was. He was a stoker, and with stokers they have to shovel coal.
Okay. Have you got any other photographs of him?
Yes, I have. One when he was in the Royal Navy.
Oh, the Royal Navy.
Yes, HMS.
Oh.
And he was a boxer.
He was a boxer?
A boxer, I should imagine, bare knuckles. My father taught me to be a southpaw. He taught me how to box.
You're being a bit scary there. Okay.
He did, he taught me how to box.
So, Auntie Barbara, do you know anything about his father, my great-grandfather?
Yes, I do, Shirley. This is your great-grandfather.
Oh,
and his name was George Rich.
Another George.
And he was born in South Africa. He came over and married Elizabeth Rich, which was my grandma and your great-grandma.
A dapper-looking man, wasn't he? Look, with the bowler hat.
Yeah.
Have you any idea where in South Africa he came from?
Well, rumour has it was Cape Town. And he was born in 1866.
Do you think that with the roots being in South Africa, I wondered if you know if we had any black ancestry in our family?
No, I don't, Shirley.
You don't know?
I don't know.
I may be able to do a little research. So if I type in George, if I go along here, be rich. And his date of birth was?
1866. South Africa.
So this is a census from 1901 in England. So it was a George Rich that was married to an Elizabeth Rich. Birth, 1866, Cape Town, South Africa. But he resided in Birkenhead in Cheshire in 1901. So, Auntie Barbara, your information that you've given me is correct. So you got that, girl, you got that. But it's not telling us much more here. So I think this next part of the journey now is I might just have to go to South Africa.
Okay, bags packed.
Okay.
Shirley's discovered that her great-grandfather, George Rich, was born in Cape Town in 1866. To find out more, Shirley is travelling over 6,000 miles to the southern tip of Africa.
My first day in Cape Town. I've been wandering around all the streets. I've been looking at all the buildings. There's a mix of all sorts of people here, and I'm really trying to get that feel for where my ancestors once walked these streets. Love it.
Makes me feel like I can't live without you. It takes me out.
Bye.
Shirley's come to the National Library of South Africa, in the centre of Cape Town.
Hello, hello. Lovely to meet you.
You too.
To meet genealogist Heather McAllister.
Come inside. So, what can you tell me about your family?
Well, this is the only known photograph that we have of my great-grandfather, George. Born in Cape Town, South Africa in 1866.
He looks
He
a
does,
very
doesn't
dapper
he?
chap,
Yeah,
doesn't
a dapper
he?
chap, he does. And also in our family, well, there was whispers that perhaps I was of black descent, you know, and I'm really quite excited to find out my roots.
I have a document that you might be interested in.
Oh, so George Francis, my great-grandfather, born on August 19, 1866, to John and Mary Elizabeth, surname Rich. So now we know who his parents are. Maybe you could help me a little with this. This baptism was solemnized in the parish of St. John the Evangelist.
It is an Anglican church here in Cape Town.
When Shirley's great-grandfather was born in 1866, Cape Town was a British colony, and he was baptized into the Anglican Church. The city had been founded by Dutch traders in the 1650s, but the British had seized control in 1806.
I have another document that might be of interest to you.
This is another baptism of Caroline Eliza and the parents John and Mary Elizabeth. So this must be George's sister because the same parents here.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a sister.
Mm-hmm.
It's a death certificate of Caroline Brown, formerly Rich. So this is George's sister. And she died at 58. The race says mixed race. Can you explain that a little bit more to me?
Well, it would mean that one of her parents was white and the other one was not white.
So that means that my great-grandfather, George, was of mixed race.
Yes.
I'm intrigued. I'm absolutely intrigued. But I'm just a little bit curious now, where does the mixed race come from? Do you have any other information about John Rich and Mary Elizabeth? So this is a marriage certificate.
Mm-hmm.
St. George's Cathedral, you're still in Cape Town, and the year is 1858. John Henry Rich, a carpenter, and Mary Elizabeth Otto, in the presence of Jas Page Chippendale and Esther da Costa. So could they be friends, or do you think they are related in any way?
Well, we have found another document.
So this is the last will and testament of Isaac da Costa and his wife. So now I've got an Esther da Costa on this marriage certificate as a witness, and I've got a will of an Isaac da Costa. Can you help tie those two things together for me?
Esther is Isaac's daughter.
Okay, so this is the last will and testament of Isaac da Costa. Our will and desire to be that a sum of £600 sterling shall be paid over to Caroline Otto for the support and maintenance of herself and 6 children, and that the said capital sum shall, upon the demise of the said Caroline Otto, be divided between her children named Mary, William, Abraham, Rachel, Joanna, and Caroline, and a certain small house situate in this Table Valley in Church Street shall be and remain for a dwelling for the said Caroline Otto. So in Isaac's will here, he's naming 6 children, of which I'm recognizing the name Mary. So I'm assuming this must be Mary Elizabeth here. This lady has a surname of Otto. So could Caroline Otto be Mary's mother?
Yes.
So would that make Caroline Otto my great-great-great-grandmother? Wow.
Shirley has traced back 2 further generations to her 3 times great-grandmother, Caroline Otto.